children who eat soil are not Kideros, very few of Kideros here.
We cannot fail to hold that doctor responsible for doctoring the doctor's results.
The only person who can get warrant is the one that was involved in some irregularities.
We are still arguing, we are engaged in some academic debate. That is why we as governors get angry, because we live in the villages.
Hello, I'm Anita Nderu, and these are the stories making headlines on Capital Online TV. Tests have revealed negative on a Liberian student admitted in Nakuru with Ebola-like symptoms. Rift Valley Medical Superintendent Dr. John Murima, however, says they will continue admitting him for further analysis. The student was taken to hospital from an international school based in Nakuru on arrival from the West African nation where Kenya has banned passengers over the Ebola crisis. The student has told authorities that he travelled to Kenya through Bujumbura, Burundi, because Kenya has banned passengers from Liberia. A patient who developed Ebola-like symptoms was also quarantined at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport last night, but was later found to have suffered from food poisoning. Editors in the Commission for the Implementation of the Constitution have petitioned the National Assembly to expunge offensive clauses from the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Bill 2014, sponsored by eldest MP Aidan Kainan, that bar the media from scrutinising the business of the House. Editors Guild Chairman Linus Kaikai has questioned the motive behind Kainan's renewed move to gag the media, adding that Kainan cannot stop progression of the media. Kenya Parliamentary Journalist Association Chairperson Caroline Wafula noted that the amendment by Kainan, who is serving his third term in the National Assembly, was unnecessary because the Constitution and the House Standing Orders cited national security interests as the only justification for barring the media and the public from House proceedings. At the same time, CIC released an advisory opinion urging the House to delete the provisions because they generally limit certain rights without qualifying the justification, nature, and extent of the limitation as required by Article 24 of the Constitution.
It is not justifiable at all to gag the media and the people of Kenya merely because Parliament wants to be shielded against scrutiny and questioning in an effort to satisfy itself that it discharges its business in an orderly and effective manner. Since Parliament is susceptible to mischief, and mischief is the byword here, Kenyans, through the Constitution that they enacted and gave to themselves, cannot allow the enactment of a law that has the potential of allowing mischief to skulk through the net of judicial vigilance in the name of orderly and effective discharge of business of Parliament.
The Departmental Committee on Administration and National Security is set to hold sittings with the Independent Policing and Oversight Authority to persuade it to drop a case it filed against the National Police Service Commission over the recent police recruitment. A member of the committee, Major Retired John Waluke, says there is need for an amicable solution to be sought as opposed to having the two government departments battling it out in court. Speaking while briefing the committee on the recruitment exercise, both Kavuludi and the Inspector General of Police David Kimayo reiterated an earlier warning that those found to have bungled the recruitment will be held accountable. Kavuludi, however, calmed the nerves of recruits over the nullification of the exercise, saying they would be given another chance to try their luck. The case pitting IPOA and the National Police Service Commission will be heard on 11th September.
But I just want to mention that the Commission disagrees with the issues raised by IPOA, and we have therefore filed our responses and affidavits in the court for determination. So we shall therefore not discuss this matter because of what I've just mentioned.
If you are found with some irregularities, you involve yourself into corrupt deals, then definitely you get warrant. But if you did your work in a very professional manner, then it will come out of the investigation that you are clean. Though they should not at all at any one given time get warrant. This is a civil service job and there's no worry at all.
Council of Governors Chairman Isaac Ruto says they may consider merging the referendum agenda with that of the Coalition for Reforms and Democracy if the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission demands it. Until then, Ruto says their pushes for a referendum will remain separate, despite admitting that they are pushing for some of the same issues. Ruto has also reiterated that the referendum agenda remains on track despite the public pullout by a section of governors. He has also ruled out dialogue with the national government, which he has accused of being disingenuous. Ruto spoke to Capital TV following a debate organized by the Law Society of Kenya on calls for a referendum.
And to put non-return valves, that once we achieve a certain gain for Kenyans, it cannot be reversed. Let's put in place some non-return valves, because there is no way we ourselves can persuade Parliament to do this. We persuaded them last year, they didn't do it. We have no illusions. We are under no illusions that they are about to do it. Of course, they may promise, but even in the making of the bill, you are lawyers, you know, they will put in 2-3 commas that negate the whole thing, but it's only good for propaganda, that they have actually done it, but they add something else, which makes it all meaningless. We would rather be the authors of that bill to protect devolution.
For the latest on these and other stories, log on to www.capitalfm.co.ke/TV.